Hey, Shalom Markins Rakam Kapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bah Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's push this truth in all sincerity. This lesson is inspired from one of the Elder Apostle Kabar's videos that he did recently. I think he was kind of responding to Elder Manat Buzz, one of his videos. And this is just touching on the like the elements of fishing, right? I've done a little bit, not no expert or nothing like that, but there's a dynamics to it, and we're made fishers of men in the spirit, right? And the same kind of thing applies, right? So I just wanted to touch on a few things, concerning that. All right, so I'm just gonna start off, getting to scriptures, right? It says Matthew chapter 4 and verse 19, and the read up to verse 18. And Yahushua walking by the sea of Galilee saw two brethren, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. All right, so there's different ways to fish. Obviously here, Peter and Andrew, they use nets, right? Some men use fishing rods and that, different types of baits, get different types of fish. And they're all things that we need to be aware of when we're fishing, right? And this is what differentiates us from some of these other camps out there. The type of bait they use, and who they're drawing in. Well, we'll get to that. It says, and he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Right. So that's what we've been called to do, to fish for the elect, right? Not for the whole of Israel, but only for the elect. Now, while you're fishing, you might pick up some undesirables. Okay, you chuck them back out. They're not clean, right? They're not the type of fish you want, so you chuck them back out, right? And that's the case over the years, in this truth, right? So you had guys come in this truth and fall out this truth. The Lord discards them. They're not of His, right? And they're not a part of His elect. So, in process of time, again, it's just patience. Okay, we have to show patience because when you fish, you might not catch nothing for a while. You're sitting there and nothing happening, right? But you out there anyway, and it's like us being in season, out of season, but out there, we haven't given up on fishing for the elect. We go out there, week in, week out, we do our videos, right? Fishing for the elect, right? Until, they're all sealed and the destruction come. Right? Some men don't want to go out there, some men don't want to teach. Some people just want to be heard and seen of men. They're doing it for all the wrong reasons. But we're commanded to fish, so that's what we do. Okay, so we're fishing for the elect. Okay. And here in Matthew chapter 13, verse 47, here it says, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, right? Which, when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away, right? So like I mentioned, so you had those undesirables that kind of come into this truth a little bit, and for one reason or another decided it wasn't for them, and fell out. The Lord took them out. Okay, because that's ultimately what's happened. Okay, the same way that Lord chooses us, right? We don't choose the Lord. So if the Lord decides that He don't want you, or that you was never really a part of this thing, then you ain't gonna remain. Okay, you're not part of the remnant. Okay, you're gonna be cast aside. So like I mentioned, with different baits, when you go fishing, different baits attract different types of fish. And so you have to be mindful of that, right? And that's why it's important to teach this truth 100%, right? We don't add all the gimmicks that these other groups add, to attract, these other types of fish. okay, which are ultimately undesirable of the Lord, right? Because they're attracted by the gimmicks. All right. We got that. In 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1, it says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies." So they might come out with some outrageous claims, you know, some controversial things, okay, that for entertainment purposes, yeah, it's great, isn't it? You know, oh yeah, you know, I like the way they bring that out, you know, the theatrics and, you know, the hand gestures and, you know, all of that. You know, it looks exciting, right? So even denying the Lord that bought them, right? You know, got different names or something, you know, different doctrines, man, teach hell, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, they deny the Lord. They say they're not to stop using the names and stuff like that. There's all kinds of things these other camps are doing, right? And bring upon themselves swift destruction, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. Like many, right? These other camps tend to be bigger than ours. You know, as well. Well, they're not so widespread. I would say GMS is probably the most widespread group over the earth. We've got camps all over the place, but I think as a ministry, I guess, you know, guys like IUIC, ISPK may be bigger. I don't really know, but you know, they got the money to show that to show that they are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, you got like a high number of members, let's say, right, and that seems to be your real kind of focus, right? Because you're making a lot of money, you want to make money, and you know, you want to get as many Israelites as you can. You know, whether or not they're sincere or not, you know, whatever the case may be, your task is to sell them something that attracts them to your ministry, okay, outside of the truth, because the truth is not enough for you guys. You know, we give it to you straight and plain, without all the fancy lights and gimmicks and whatever. And it doesn't seem appealing to most Jake, because most Jake are not in their right minds anyway. Okay, they're not the Lord's sheep, so they're not attracted by the word by itself. They have to be enticed by other means. It's got to seem cool to them. You know, this truth has got to seem cool, and that's why these other groups that have all these gimmicks. You know, you be rappers and actors and you know, at like you know, superheroes and all kinds of stuff, right? Riding on horses and shit. You know, you know, all of that stuff, right? Fashion shows and yeah, the list goes on. All right, but you know, their things are required to entice Jake, because that's what Jake is enticed by in the world, right? So they cast that broad net and to catch many, right? Which I'm gonna come back to that point in a second. Let me finish this, right? Verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, right? So many, you got many following you, right? By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of, right? Ain't teaching correctly, right? And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not, right? So they're making all kinds of money off you and, you know, your presence and that kind of stuff, right? And that's what these guys they're doing, bringing in all these gimmicks, you know, using the different types of bait. All right. Where is this now? Back here, right? I think. Let me finish this and I'll carry on, right? So Matthew 13 and read 48 again says, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast away the bad. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. Right. So not every Israelite is gonna make it. You know, whether we're in these camps or not. Right. Only the elect are gonna make it. Right. And the elect are gonna have a, you know, a pure doctrine. All right. Into this one. Okay. All right. So John chapter 21 verse 3 says, Simon Peter saith unto them, I go fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. Right. So like I mentioned, sometimes, a lot of time, you know, things don't look like it's happening. You know, a lot of things are happening. You're out there teaching, not a lot of people are listening. You know, we get criticized or because we're not in areas where people want to stop and listen and whatever, because we're not always out there on the busy streets or whatever. But you know what? There's different places of fishing. You know, there's the sea, there's lakes, rivers. You know, all kinds of things. You get different results at different times, time and chance, right? Because it's the Lord's work at the end of the day. This is not our own, right? We don't really control what really goes on out here. Okay, we simply teach. The Lord guides the elect in the time and place that that suits Him, right? The Most High is the one in control of those encounters. Okay, when the elect receive this word, where they receive this word, where we are is of little relevance, to be fair. You know, the Lord is guiding these men to come into contact with this truth, with this word, right? That's what's gathering the people, to gathering the elect, right? But like I said, whether we're in the sea got a vast amount of fish in it, you know. So you might say, hey, let's go to the sea. You know, we're bound to catch something there. Sit there, don't catch nothing. But you might go to your lake and, catch one fish. It really, it's the Lord's work, man. It's the Lord's doing it, right? So, like here, it said they went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. They caught nothing that night, right? But when that morning was now come, Yahushua stood on the shore, but the disciples knew not that it was Yahushua. Then Yahushua saith unto him, Children, have ye any meat? And they answered him, No. And he said unto them, Cast the net on the right side of the ship, and you shall find. Right? They cast it therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes. Right? So from going from nothing to like a lot. And this truth's like that. And it will be like that in these last days, man. Whereas, we might be seen as few, and only the elect are few in the grand scheme of things. But compared to now, there's many more that are going to come into this truth than that are already here, right? And people are going to be wanting to hear this truth even more when those days come. Then them 11th hour Israelites, they're going to come, right? When the spiritual powers are going on, people are going to want to take notice, man, and want to hear, right? So you have moments like this where not a lot of people come in, and then you get a vast amount of people coming. It's like when the elders, the elders have been teaching in America this whole time, right? And next thing they know, they got camps all over the earth. I was like, well, how? Like, me personally, I haven't never met the apostles. I haven't come in contact. I haven't been over there. But the words go over here. Their works are gotten over here. And other places in Europe and other places in parts of the world, and they haven't had to step foot outside of America. So like I say, it's just the Spirit of the Lord, that sets us on these paths to come in contact with this truth, no matter where we are, or how it happens, word of mouth, whatever the case may be. The Lord is the one, guiding these men, into receiving this truth. So how it happens is it's irrelevant to us because, like I said, we're not in control of that anyway. We're just simply teaching the word. The word doesn't go out void, right? No matter where you is, right? But anyway, it says, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and you shall find. They cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes. Right? That's that one. So, and like I said, there's different ways to catch fish. This net, okay, Peter and Andrew and that were using nets, right? Well, this internet is like it says, is a net, and it's used to catch the fish that we're fishing for. The men, the Lord, the elect, right? But not every fish is good, right? Like we read prior, right? Some are cast aside, cast away, right? As that parable in Matthew 13, right? So we use this internet. The internet is our fishing net. Okay, it's able to encompass the whole earth because the internet is available in most places in the earth, right? So it's a wide net, World Wide Web, right? It's a wide net. And it's cast out there to see what it catches. Okay. All our work isn't just about our specific location, because one individual can be seen by many all over the earth. So the location doesn't really matter. We stream these videos and upload these videos onto the internet. You know, whether the place that we're at is busy or it's not busy. You know, a lot of people have been sealed through the internet. And a lot of people come in on the streets too. Some of them stay, some of them go. It's, you know, it is what it is, right? But just like I was mentioning about, you know, them using nets, right? Like you guys, you know what you guys are liking to? You like Esau, right? When you know, he just wants as many fish as he can, right? He don't care, right? So he just drops dynamite in there. So, you know, he come with the flashy shit. It's like you cancel your gimmicks and shit. Like, you don't really care who comes in. Like, we just go throw a stick of dynamite out there, you know, cause a big bang, and, you know, make it sound loud and, you know, flashy and whatever. Bring these dudes in, give them purple garments or whatever, and, you know, black or purple garments, you know, depending what camp you with, and they're dead. The fish are dead. You know, you're a congregation of dead fish. That's what you're liking to. You know, and I thought of that. I was quite amused myself. You know, I was like, yeah, that's what they're doing, man. They don't. The bait that they use isn't the word. It's everything else. Okay, things that are destructive. Right. So they throw that stick of dynamite into the lake, and yeah, they're gonna catch a bunch of fish. Your congregations are big, yeah, whatever. It's not a numbers game. This isn't a numbers game per se in terms of how many you can get. You know, but for you it is, you know, because it determines how much money you can make, right? But these fish that you got, you know, being caught by all these gimmicks, all this, you know, toxic bait, you know, that you got, you just got a bunch of dead fish in your congregation, man. You know, this is 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 20. It says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I shew thee these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together, right? So this is the internet right now. Okay, this net that we cast out there on the YouTube world, and, you know, the internet or whatever, right? That's the net that we cast. All right, we cast it with the word. That's the bait, right? And there's nothing attached to it. You know, nothing fancy. It's just straight playing the word. And if it appeals to you, it's the Most High at work. You know, the Spirit's at work working with you, man, to receive it. And it's not because you were dazzled by the garments. You wasn't just dazzled by the shows, you know, the acting, the theatrics, and all this kind of stuff. It's not because of those things. You genuinely love to hear the word. You know, that's what it is. You know, I say he wasn't beguiled about all the other stuff, man. You heard the word, it resonated with you. You know, it might not look the coolest. You know, we might not be the coolest Israelites on the block, but we have the truth, man. And that is all anybody should be concerned about. You know, but people are still out here trying to make careers and lifestyles for themselves, man. And images that they want to protrude, you know. Well, that's not what we're about. You know, we're about the truth, innit? All right. So like I said, the internet has played a big part in that, obviously, you know. This is John chapter 15, verse 16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Right? And that's another thing. When you're fishing, guess what? You're waiting for the fish. You don't pick the fish. You get wherever fish bites that line. Or, you know, whatever, right? You don't get to pick the fish. We don't pick. You don't pick Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai picks us. You know? They guided to the bait. You know? They snag, right? It's the same thing. We don't pick who's in this truth. It's just, you know, whoever gets caught. You know, we got caught. We didn't, you know, fish didn't know nothing when he got caught either. It's just like, no one knows anything. You know, it's just the spirit. The spirit is working. Okay, you didn't know you're gonna catch that particular fish, and that fish didn't know he's gonna get caught that day. It seems like a completely random event that occurs, but ultimately it's not. Okay, every man's being moved in the spirit, the fisher and the fish, and they come together, right? And that's how it works, man. It ain't of our own doing, you know. It says you have not chosen me, because you know once you're caught, you become a fisherman. You fish for more fish, you know. The cycle continues, you know. So you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit. Okay, same with the fishing, right? People, men, and that your fruit should remain, that whatever ye shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give it you. Right? So, you know, we're chosen of the Lord. We didn't choose the Lord. Okay, the Lord chose us. All right? This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 37. I'll get from 36, right? O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, who now sentest away. Right? So, it's a seed line, obviously. You know, contrary to vocab, it's, you know, supersession is, you know, supersessionism. Anyone can become an Israelite now, because if they spiritually believe or whatever, right? But this is about the sons that were sent away. The Israelites were scattered, cast out of the land. Okay, that was the seed of people that happened to, right? So they're gonna come back. The seed is gonna come back. All right, the Israelites. Okay. So lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west. So it's across the earth, right? By the word. That's the bait. That's the bait we use. You know? By the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of God. Okay, so it's not because of the gimmicks. Like, we don't have the gimmicks. Okay, we don't bring no gimmicks. Okay, it's pure bait. You know what I mean? It's just clean bait. I read that already. Did I read that? That's the parable. But I only wanted yeah, I really want this part really. Luke 8 verse 15 said, but that it's about the seed. Oh, let's just read it. Let me just read it. Verse 11, right? It said, now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God. Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. Right? Like I said, some they come in and they get pushed out. All right. They on the rock are they which, when they hear receive the word with joy, and these have no root, for they for a while believe, and in time temptation fall away. Right? They find it too difficult. Right? And they which fall among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. Right? They're entangled in the world. And there's a lot of, you know, that can be said that a lot of these other camps are entangled in the world. But they find a way to fuse both of them. And that's how they, you know, they keep most guys around. That's why maybe congregations so big, because you're able to do those things inside this, like camp. You know, you can still do the things in the world, you know, be rappers and all this kind of stuff. And so it appeals to a lot of people, because they really just want to do that. But, you know, like I said, putting his like twist on it. You know. But verse 15 says, but that on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart. Okay, we have to be sincere about this thing, man. It can't be, you can't be in these, you know, in these groups for anything other than the word, man. This is why we're here, to teach the word. Okay, not to have some pseudo fame, some pseudo glory, you know, to boast of your ego and your pride and your ego. You know, to make yourself feel good. This isn't about any of that. So we have to be sincere in this truth and why we're here doing it. You know. So they on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it and bring forth fruit with patience, right? You know, again, focus on the patience, man. You have to be patient, right? You have to be patient, man, because we fish for the elect. And there's a time and place where the elect are sealed, you know, that they come into contact with this word. And okay, we have to wait until that time. You know? We ain't out here just grabbing every Israelite and, you know, throwing a garment on them. You know, trying to speed things up. You know? That's why you feel like you need to make it appealing, because you want to, you know, get as many as you can in. Okay, but we don't operate like that. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10 says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake. Because that's why we're really out here, man, to teach the elect, to feed the elect. Because they are the sheep of the Lord, you know? So that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahushua Mashiach with eternal glory. All right? Like I said, it's all about the sealing, right? So Revelation chapter 7, verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. Right? And that's basically what we're tasked to do, man, to feed the elect, man, so that they can be sealed. You know, this isn't about pure numbers. Like, you know, we need to get as many of Israel as we possibly can. We're not here to save the whole nation. That's not our job. Okay, our job is to fish for the elect. Right? And like the apostle was bringing out, you know, Philip with the Ethiopian eunuch, right? Their paths just happened to, you know, cross, because the Most High ordained it. He set it up. He set that chance meeting up, man. The elect are going to be sealed point blank period. And like I said, what we are doing, where we are, and what time we turn up, and them things don't only matter. You know, this word goes out throughout the 4 corners regardless, man. And the elect will receive it, no matter where they are, no matter where we are. You know? But we do think, everything we do in faith. You know? We do it in faith, man. We believe that the elect are going to be sealed through this work. You know? Like I said, when you're fishing, it's like, you know, you don't know if you're going to catch that day. You're out there hoping, right? Yeah, we hope we're going to catch something today. We're going to catch a big one. Or whatever, man, you know? You just go out there and fish, and you have to demonstrate all these, you know, different virtues, man, of patience and, you know, understanding. Show understanding. You can't just go out there and just, you know, you want to catch a particular type of fish. You can't just go in there, you know, any type of bait. You know, you have to use knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to go fishing if you want to, you know, catch a certain type of fish or whatever, and in its locations and things like that. You know, it's just, you know, you have to apply all those types of things, man. You have to apply it to the word too. You know? And like I said, you know, you show diligence and patience, man, in the process. All right. So that's what I got for today. So Lord willing, this was edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.